Hi there, my name is Kevin Taylor and this is part 5 of 6 of my CGC collection. I'm going to film part 6 back to back with this episode, so stay tuned. So this is the first book I want to showcase, and this is Garbage Pail Kids Spectacular number NN, which was released in December 2014. This has got a really cool Clark Kent cover, and it also homages Detective Comics number 27, which is the first appearance of Batman. I picked this book up to go with my Funko Really Big Mystery minifigures, and to the left hand side here I have my extra large Atom Bomb figure. When me and my friends were younger, we actually used to collect the Garbage Pail Kids cards and used to get a stick of gum with packs of cards, and we used to trade the cards between ourselves. Like, it used to be really good fun. So yeah, really cool, and I'm really pleased to have this book in my collection. So very nice indeed. Okay, right, next one I have to show is this one. Here we have Hero Bear and the Kid 2013 annual number 1, and this is actually a recalled comic book, as this book was released, when this was released, this book actually double printed page number 5, and it also had the wrong price tag on the barcode. This was originally supposed to be a $3.99 book, but when they first published it, it was put out at $4.99. So it was recalled because of that, and it was also recalled, as I said, because it had like page 5 double printed. So this one has a really cool Halloween cover and a story written and drawn by Mike Kunkel. The original Hero Bear and the Kid series actually won an award for best series, I believe, many years ago. So there is a book that's actually on my checklist, and I thought this was a really nice book to pick up, and I actually picked this one up for pretty cheap as well. I think I paid about £50 for this book. So it's a really cool book to keep your eye out for. And if you just want the regular copy, then just keep your eye on the barcodes, because that one would be priced at $3.99. So yeah, very nice indeed. Okay, the next book I'd like to show is this one. Here we have The Escapist, or The Amazing Adventures of the Escapist by Michael Chabon. And this one is actually the last issue in the anthology series. And this book also features, I believe, the first appearance of The Escapist, which was written by Brian K. Vaughan. So yeah, really cool book. I've actually got the first issue of this book as well, and I actually showcase that book in my top 50 CGC collection video. So yeah, it's really cool book, and I'm trying to get the whole series of number 1 to 8 graded, and so far I've got number 1 and number 8. So yeah, really cool book. Really pleased to have this in my collection. So yeah, very nice indeed, and it won an Eisner Award for best anthology series, so which lasted for 8 issues. And then The Escapist was another series after this one. So yeah, really cool book. I'm really pleased to have it in my collection. Okay. Right, the next book I have to show is this one here. Here we have another Batman book. Here we have Batman White Knight Special Edition. And this was released on as a Batman free comic book day. And basically, Batman White Knight series has become like a Black Label book, and this book actually predates the Batman Damned series, and it has a black DC Black Label logo on the cover, and it also features like a 6 to 8 page preview of Batman Damned. So technically this is the first appearance of Batman Damned in this book, if you're into the previews books. And this is also a really good pickup, because Sean Murphy has been given free rein by Brian Michael Bendis to start up his own corner of the DC universe, which you're going to call Murphyverse. So yeah, this is a really good book to keep an eye out for, especially like the original series, issues number 1 to 8. But they've also done like a Batman White Knight 2 series as well, and they'll most likely make more series revolving around that universe. As I said, a Murphyverse book. So, and this is pretty much, I believe, the first Murphyverse book. So, yeah, really cool spec book. And you can find this book for really cheap at the moment. And the entire series for really cheap. So, keep your eye out for Batman White Knight. So, yeah, really cool. So really pleased to have that one in my collection as well. So it's a very, very nice book. Okay, the next one I have to show is another Batman book. And here we have the Batman Adventures Holiday Special. And this is actually a Eurograder comic book. And Eurograder Comic Books is another grading company. That, but if you check out eBay, you can actually find some really cool books. And they're much cheaper than CGC and CBCS. And this is a 9.6 grade. And I thought this was a really cool book to pick up. This was actually on my checklist for a while. And this doesn't pop up on sale on eBay for very, very often. So when I see this graded, I thought I'd take a chance on it. And the case on this book is actually really very nice. Very sturdy. It doesn't crack at all when you squeeze it or anything. That is a really solid, decent case. And that is a really, really nice graded comic book. So, yeah, it's very well protected. And I'm really pleased to pick up this book. And I only paid £60 for this book. And that was including postage. So a really, really good bargain. And this book also won an Eisner Award for Best Single Issue Story. So it would have been way back in... this book was released in January 95. So it must have won the award in like 95 or 96. So yeah, very, very nice indeed. With a really cool Mr. Freeze cover with Batman and Batgirl. So very, very nice indeed. So, okay. Right, the next book I have to show is this one. This one's a Marvel comic book. Here we have Howard the Duck, Volume 5, Number 1. And this one features the first appearance of Gwenpool. And basically, this is the first part of a backup origin story. Her origin story actually continued in issue number 2 and issue number 3. But if you wanted the whole collected story, origin story of Gwenpool, that was actually collected in Unbelievable Gwenpool number 0. So yeah, that's a really cool book to keep an eye out for. And it's a really cool cheap spec book also. And yeah, so really, really cool. I believe Gwenpool will become more popular in the future. And when she makes a TV appearance or movie appearance, it'll be really, really cool. And I believe this book will skyrocket. So yeah, very, very nice. I believe a while ago Hulu was actually planning to make a Howard the Duck TV show. That was going to be, the pilot episode was going to be directed by Kevin Smith. So I don't know if that show's still going ahead or not. But if Gwenpool does actually show up in the Hulu Howard the Duck TV show, then this is a really good spec book to keep an eye out for. And as I said, you can find this book for pretty cheap at the moment. So yeah, really, really cool. So yeah, Howard the Duck Volume 5, Number 1. Okay, the next one I have to show is Immortal Hulk Number 1. And this is got a really cool story by Al Ewing. And this book actually won an award of some kind for like best series, I believe. I can't remember which award it won, but I know it did win an award. It might have been like an IGN award for best series when this book was released. So yeah, really, really cool Alex Ross cover. So yeah, very, very nice indeed. And I'm really pleased to have this one in my collection. So yeah, Immortal Hulk Number 1, the regular cover by Alex Ross. So yeah, very, very nice. Let's have a close-up. Okay, yeah, very, very nice indeed. Okay, so that's that book. Okay, the next one I have to show is this one. Here we have Mars Attacks the Savage Dragon, Number 1. And this one actually features Mars Attacks trading cards. And this is the highest graded on the census. And it's the only one graded on the CGC census. So I'm really pleased to have this in my collection. I'm not sure if this book was originally polybagged, but this book actually came with some Mars Attacks trading cards, which is pretty neat. And yeah, so very, very nice indeed. And I would recommend keeping an eye out for Savage Dragon Number 1 as well by Image Comics, because I've got a feeling someday that book will get its due, because it hasn't reached the 300th issue yet, but it's still being published by Image. So I believe Savage Dragon book, especially the early issues, will gain in price in the future. So especially if they make like a TV show or movies. So like if the Spawn movie does well. So yeah, very, very nice indeed. So really pleased to have this in my collection. So yeah, so really, really cool. Let's have a close up of that one. Yeah, very, very nice. And I like the fact that the Martians are actually dressed in red on this cover as well. So yeah, very, very nice indeed. Okay, really, really cool book. Okay, the next book I have to show is this one. Here we have Guardia, #1, which was, I believe, a 4-issue mini-series. And this book actually won Best Reprinted Story, I believe, like Trade Paperback Eisner Award. And it also won a Nebula Award for Best Series. And it was written by Tanner Ford, I believe. And this one is actually signed by Tanner Ford. There are only 5 copies of this on the CGC census. And they're all signed copies in a 9.8. So, really, really cool book. Really pleased to have this in my collection. And it's set, the story is basically set in an alternate world where aliens have integrated with human society. And they're fighting against like deportation and alien rights and stuff and human rights and all that sort of stuff. So, yeah, really, really cool book. And really pleased to have this in my collection. So, yeah, and it's highly recommended because I say this book won a couple of awards, including a Nebula Award and an Eisner Award. So very, very nice indeed. So yeah. Okay, that's Guardia. Another award-winning series is this one. Is Giant Days, #1, published by Boombox, which is a division of Boom Studios. And this issue actually lasted for over 50 issues, this series. And it originally started off as a webcomic. And this is a good candidate to get a show on Netflix, I reckon. And the story revolves around 3 students who are going to college. And basically, the stories revolve around their college days. So yeah, really, really nice. So really pleased to have this in my collection, even though it's a 9.4. As I do collect like 9.4 graded comic books and upwards. They're the ones I like to collect mostly, but occasionally I will pick up a 9.2. So, but I'm really pleased to have this in my collection. And yeah, Giant Days actually won an award for Best Series, I believe, a couple of years ago. So yeah, very, very nice book. I'm really pleased to have this in my collection. Okay, so really, really cool. So let's have a close-up of that one. Very, very nice. Okay. Right, next one I have to show is a Defender book. It's a comic book legal defence fund, volume 2, #3, featuring a Jane Foster 4 cover and an interview with Jason Aaron. And this is a really nice companion book to go with Jason Aaron's Mighty 4 run with Jane Foster. Jane Foster's going to be making an appearance in the new 4 movie, Thor Love and Thunder. So yeah, really, really cool book to have in my collection. And it's a really cool book to partner up with Mighty 4. Volume 2 with the Jane Foster run, but it's written by Jason Aaron. So yeah, very, very nice indeed. I've actually got another Defender book as well, which features the Batwoman, and it's like a Love is Love, and I showcase that one in my CGC Top 50 video. And I also got the Miss Marvel, which is volume 2, #1, I believe. And that one features an interview with G. Willow Wilson, which I showed in a previous CGC video of mine. So, yeah, really, really cool book. I'm really pleased to have this in my collection. So, I'm not sure how many of this book is actually on the census, but I've got a feeling it's probably less than 5 of this one. So, very, very nice indeed. And money from the Comic Book Legal Defence Fund goes to help comic book writers and artists who are in facing legal difficulties, and it also goes to help comic shops who are facing closure. So yeah, really, really cool book. So yeah, very, very nice indeed. Okay, right, next one I have to show is this one. Here we have Hellboy, Weird Tales #1, and this book came out in February 2003, and this has a really cool cover and art by what's his name? Cassidy. What's his first name? John Cassidy, that's it, yeah. Very, very nice art. And John Cassidy actually won an award. I believe it's like an Eisner Award for Best Colorist for this issue. And this is a really cool anthology series that lasted for 8 issues. And there are very few of this book on the census. I believe there's only like one 9.8 on the CGC census. And there's only like about 2 9.6s, I believe. And then one lower grade one, if I remember rightly. So, yeah, so there's very few of this book on the census. And because it's an award-winning book, of course, I had to add it to my collection. So, and this is a book I picked up for around £50. And that was including postage. So, very, very nice indeed. So, yeah. Really, really nice. So, yeah, really cool. Okay, the next one I have to show is this one. Here we have Dark Reign, Mr. Negative, #1. And this is part of a 3-issue mini-series. Mr. Negative is rumoured to be the big bad in the next Into the Spider-Verse movie. And this is a really, really cool original cover by Jay Lee. I do really love this cover, even though the barcoding is in kind of strange place. I'd have rather Marvel put the barcode somewhere else so we can see more of the artwork. But I still really love this cover. And as I said, Mr. Negative is apparently gonna be like the big bad in the next Into the Spider-Verse 2 movie. So I reckon in the future there'll be more like negative covers released. And yeah, this is the first one I believe they done like proper. So I've actually got a homage cover to this book as well, which is an Avengers #7 issue, which I featured in a previous video also. So yeah, really, really cool book to keep an eye out for. And this book was actually voted on my Instagram channel as my most liked book pickup of last year. So really, really cool. So I'm going to show you a closer picture of this cover. So yeah, really, really nice cover by Jay Lee. So very, very nice indeed. And I'm really pleased to have this book in my collection. So yeah, very, very nice indeed. So yeah, really, really cool. Okay, and the last book I want to show in this video is this one. Here we have, formerly known as the Justice League #1. And this book features, basically this book was an award-winning book. It won Best Humour Publication Eisner Award. And I'm really pleased to have this in my collection. And this was a 6-issue mini-series. And yeah, very, very nice indeed. So this is one of my more recent pickups that I picked up. And yeah, it's very, very nice indeed. So really pleased to have this in my collection. And thank you very much for watching, everyone. And yeah, I'm going to go and film episode 6 now. So stay tuned and be safe, everyone. Take care now. Thank you very much for watching. Take care. Bye.